Hey guys, this is Will, and I'm back with a follow-up for a video that I did almost, I would say maybe a couple of months ago. But the video was titled The Amazon CDR Fiasco. I don't know if you guys remember, but I'll put a link to that video here in the description below. But anyways, as a summary from that video, I basically bought a CD from Amazon, and it was the Ramones with Adios Amigos. And as soon as I got it here at home, I opened it and I knew that something was off with that CD. There were a few things that I didn't like about the packaging. It just didn't seem like something that the Ramones would release to their fans. There was something odd. And then later on I realized that it was actually a CDR that Amazon makes on demand. They get an order for it, and if the album is out of print and they have the rights for it, they will print it, or they will burn it on a CDR, and they will print all the artwork and everything, and they will send it to you. And they don't do a very good job at that, because they are not a record label, right? So there's a few things that I just didn't like about the packaging of it. So anyways, last week I went out to a garage sale. It was a guy that worked for a radio station. He was a DJ a long time ago, and he had a bunch of CDs, especially from the 90s. And I got lucky. I was able to find an original copy. It's actually a promo copy, a radio promo copy of Adios Amigos, again by the Ramones from 1995, I believe. Yeah, 1995 on Radioactive Records. Again, this is the promo copy. So he was selling it, I think, for $1. So I went ahead and bought it, of course, because I wanted to compare it, the original copy, with the Amazon copy that I had before. And I found many differences as far as the packaging and the music. Number one, when it comes to the packaging, it's a lot better. The original copy is a lot better. I think the thing that I mentioned in my last video was that, just so you can see, this is the Amazon CDR copy. If you see here in the spine, it's a transparent case, so you're supposed to see what's printed in the back of in the back cover. It's supposed to say Adios Amigos, but you can't see it because the back label or the back paper is not aligned with the CD case. Let me open it so you can see it clearly. This is how it looks. So it's not aligned with the case, and the bullet right here, it doesn't match with the center of the case. On the other hand, in the original copy, this is the promo copy, it aligns perfectly. And the bullet also aligns with the center of the case. So this is how it's really supposed to be. And you can tell the difference right away. Right there. The second difference is when it comes to the artwork. The artwork is just a lot more vibrant and less saturated than the Amazon CDR copy. I don't know if you can see it there, but this is the original one, and this is the Amazon CDR. You can see a lot more red in the picture. It's just oversaturated. And in the back is even more clear, the difference. This is a better picture. This is the original one. Here you can see a lot of red in the dirt, in the ground. And it's just, like I said, oversaturated. Another thing that you can see from here is that they put the barcode, Amazon put their barcode right here in the back, and it covers part of the artwork. They didn't do that in the original from Radioactive Records. You can see everything really clearly. And also, when it comes to the actual booklet, somehow I got two booklets in the one that I got last week. I got in the promo copy, the original one, I got two of them. They were both inside the case, which is really weird, but hey, I'll take them. The picture in the back of the booklet looks really good. The one on the Amazon CDR, again, it's oversaturated. It just doesn't look very good. It looks a little bit grainy too, and also has the barcode right in the middle. This one doesn't. Speaking of the booklet, the one on the CDR is just basic plastic paper. Just doesn't feel really good. The one on the original has the plastic paper, but only on the first and last pages. Inside, when you get the lyrics, this is actually like a notebook paper, which feels really nice. So it's a lot better made. And finally, the CD itself. The original is an actual silverback CD, like a regular CD when you buy it at the record store. The one from Amazon is the, I don't know if you can see it there very well, but there's a shade of blue, so you can tell that it's a CDR. I would say maybe like a dark grayish, but it's obviously a CDR, and it also has the barcode here in the CD. The original doesn't. And last but not least, and this was the most important part for me, the Amazon copy was missing the last song, or it's not really the last song, it's more of the bonus track. The CD, or the original CDs, were supposed to come with an extra song or a bonus song called Spider-Man, which is a cover of the Spider-Man cartoon. And it's a great song, by the way, by the Ramones. And the Amazon copy did not have that song at the end. It did not have that bonus song. The original copy does have it, and I was very happy to hear that song here in this promo copy, or the original promo copy. It's not listed in the track list, but it is in the song. It's at the end of the last song, 13, Born to Die in Berlin. So very glad to have that song. I'm glad to have the original promo copy, or the original copy of Adios Amigos by the Ramones. That, by the way, it's a really great album. So my recommendation is that if you like the Ramones, if you like to collect their CDs or their records, well, obviously try to find the vinyl, but it's very hard to find the vinyl. But my recommendation is, if you're looking for the CD, try to find the original one in the wild. Now, that being said, it is very hard to find an original copy of the CD because it's actually out of print. I actually did some research on Discogs, and it was repressed on CD, but only in the UK, I believe, or somewhere in Europe. So it's a little bit difficult to find it here in the US, because it was only pressed once, I believe. That's from what I could tell from my research, but I could be wrong. So if you can't find it, then I would say try, if you really want it, try to get it on the Amazon copy, but just as an advice or as a warning, you won't get you won't get the bonus song. So now I have 2 copies of the Ramones, Adios Amigos. I don't really need the Amazon one. I know it's kind of shitty packaging, but if you want it, if you're a big Ramones fan, let me know and I'll send it over to you. If you don't have it, I know it's a little bit hard to find, so it's still cool to have as a Ramones fan, and it has most of the songs in there anyways, and it's a great album. So if you want it, just let me know here in the comments. Send me your address. It's just first come, first serve. So besides that, I also wanted to do a quick review of the album Adios Amigos by the Ramones, again from 1995 on Radioactive Records. And a lot of people don't know, but the Ramones were still playing music and making records in the 90s. But the relationship between the band members really wasn't the best. Didi Ramone left the band earlier to pursue a career in rap, which wasn't very successful. Then Joey and Johnny, they weren't really getting along. They weren't even speaking to each other. They had a huge grudge going on. Then, as we all know, Joey was already diagnosed with cancer, so he had a lot of health issues and he couldn't really sing that much. So the Ramones were really on their decline at that point in the 90s when they were releasing this album Adios Amigos, and they basically acknowledged the fact that they were going to become basically a cult band. They knew they were already super influential, but they knew that they weren't going to release a big hit album or a hit song even that charted in #1. They never did. And so they decided to release their this last album, Adios Amigos, in 1995. And they said, if we have a huge song, or if this album makes it huge, then we'll keep releasing albums. If not, then we're just gonna call it quits. And of course, this album didn't chart. I think there was only one song that made it to the charts, but not very high. And they called it quits afterwards. And I think Joey went to do his solo career after that, but the Ramones split after that. And that being said, this is actually, a lot of people are surprised when I say this, but this is actually one of my favorite albums by the Ramones. It's a really good album. It has a lot of good songs, and I really wish they hadn't called it quits, because I love this album so much that I wish they had released some more things or more albums after this. So like I said, a lot of good songs in here. There's basically two different types of songs in this album. It's a little bit of a different Ramones album. It has a lot of traditional, really fast-paced rock and roll songs like the Ramones are used to, especially the ones that were written by Didi Ramon. Even though Didi wasn't in the band, he was still contributing with songs or lyrics for the songs. Songs like Cretin Family and the Crusher and Making Monsters for My Friends. I think those were actually, I could be wrong. Let's see. Yes, all those three songs were written by Didi Ramon, and they're like I said, that very traditional, fast-paced punk rock songs that the Ramones were used to writing before this album. And actually, some of them had to be sung by CJ Ramon, which was the new bass player for the band, basically because Joey was having so many health issues that he couldn't sing the songs as fast as he did before. And the result is really good. I love CJ Ramon. He does a great job in those songs. Let's actually listen to a clip of one of those songs that was sung by CJ. The song is called Cretin Family. Let's take a quick listen. And again, that was the Ramones with Cretin Family from Adios Amigos, and an example of one of the really fast-paced punk rock songs that the Ramones were doing even before this album, but a really good song. It's actually one of my favorites from this album. And the second type of songs that you will get in Adios Amigos is the more a little bit slower song for a Ramones song, maybe a little bit more emotional kind of songs as well. In most cases, they were written by the one and only Joey Ramone, which, like I said before, he was having a lot of health issues. And there's actually a song that is a highlight of this album that is called Life's a Gas. And it's, for me, as a Joey Ramone fan, it's very difficult or very hard to listen to this song, especially to listen to the lyrics, because you can tell that Joey Ramone was already starting to face maybe his own mortality, and maybe he knew that he wasn't going to be around for much longer after this. Basically, the lyrics of the song go, "So don't be sad, 'cause I'll be there. Don't be sad at all." That's basically all what the lyrics of the song. And like I said, for me, it's very hard to listen because it seems like he's already facing his own mortality. But anyways, it's a really good song. It's a beautiful, slower song from the Ramones, and also one of my favorites from the album. You will also get a couple of cover songs. Like there's a cover from Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers, which is called I Love You. Actually, let's listen to a quick clip from this song, I Love You by the Ramones. So again, that was the Ramones with I Love You, a cover song from Johnny Thunders. And that's my review. Great album by the Ramones, actually one of my favorites by them. And now that I have the original copy on CD, I'm going to try to find the vinyl version, of course, because it's one of my favorites from them. And let me know what you think about my review, about this album, or anything about the Ramones. And again, if you want my CDR copy from Amazon, let me know. I'll send it over your way. Again, thanks VC for watching, and take care. Have a good one. Bye bye.